Victory embodiment, rise to your higher self. In life, for me, what's very, very important is discernment, to know yourself, thyself, to reconnect to your essence and to know exactly what is in your family system, what is in the epigenetic system, and what is in the collective system. So, a lot of abuses or misuse or manipulation has been normalized on this planet. And for me, it's very important to be able to discern and to step out of and to break the programming of anything which is not God's creation in us and to go back to our purest essence form. What I'll be doing in this webinar is going back to our purest state and also aligning with our highest level of consciousness to bring mastery into your life. And to bring mastery into your life, it's very important to know thyself and to know what aspects are still running in your system. So I'm going to teach you through what may sometimes disguise itself as, oh, it's your ego, or you're too powerful, you're saying you're too powerful, or you're better. It may be disguised under different things, the separation. So I'm going to address this to break down the ego. For me, the ego is where there's a set of wounds, where there's explosion, where there's separation from creation. So I have no judgments with the ego, but it's very important that I'm able to look at the system of the ego and look how it's created, and then look how to resolve it and know it. And if you see it around you as well as inside you, you can discern from it, and you can break the pattern and break free from that pattern. Often when we do this work, this type of work, through our epigenetics, there may be a feeling of loneliness, or I don't fit into society, or I don't fit into the family system anymore. On a level, that is true. Because if you're working on your system, there's a web of different collective and also family or also ancestral territory programming in the system. And if you see it like a membrane of, say, misuse, then you're breaking through the membrane and you're leaving everything else behind. Now, a lot of the time, all our family or all the collective may be within that membrane, and you have to be the one to leave them alone in that membrane. So, this feeling of loneliness, in a way, is wholeness, not loneliness, it's wholeness. And it's going back to your origin, it's going back to who you are. And to be a pioneer, there will have to be at points, moments where you decide to leave those membranes behind. Otherwise, you're going to stay in them. And it's not losing people, it's reconnecting with people in a different way. It's reconnecting with everyone in a completely different way. It's reconnecting with who they are on the essence level and deciding to discern not to connect to the membranes of programming and misuse and manipulation. So in this webinar, we're going to start working through the membranes and leaving them behind us. Leaving them behind us and going into victory. Stepping into embodiment of victory every time we break through a membrane. Not to disguise or go into self-pity that I'm alone or lonely on this planet. Not to misunderstand that feeling of separation from the membrane of abuse is not loneliness. It's wholeness. It's a reconnection with God. It's a reconnection with self. It's true love. It's manifestation of creation of God within you and around you. So as you break free from these membranes, there's a reconnection with the divine support which holds you. The membrane separates us from being held, from being loved. It's an expression of God's will. It's an expression of God's support for you, God's child, you, Mother Earth, you. So it's a reconnection with the true self. It's very important for me to also work through the field. In the collective fields, there's a jump in the timeline because a lot of people are awakening on this planet at the moment. And then there's the part where people are jumping into the new trend of spirituality and spiritual business. So this is another shadow aspect which I would like to address in this webinar, that we stay clear and pure in our hearts and we stay sovereign to who we are. And we work through God's will as we're the channel, and God is working through us, and align with our true selves. There is no problem with finances. There's no issue with finances. It's when the finances are the part which are the priority in the system. So for me, it's very important to align with thyself and to work with God's will, with the divine intelligence within me and around me. And that can be brought into business. That can be brought into our lives. And that will thrive in our lives. So the old paradigms of living, of business, of finances are breaking down, and they're all membranes. And if you go into the divine will, go into creation within you, it's all about abundance. It's complete abundance, much more than you can ever, and much bigger than you can ever imagine, actually. So the divine intelligence lifts you, fills you, supports you, carries you. So these aspects is what's coming true at the moment, and we'll see what else comes true. I'm looking forward to holding the space for all of us to break through these membranes and to go back and reunite with who we really are, and to accept who we really are, and to step into full embodiment of victory of who we are. Know thyself, be thyself, love thyself. This is what I'll be bringing, some of the codes I'll be bringing in during this webinar. It's a very important time to be here. It's a very important time to be able to discern, know thyself, know thy channel, and to accept to break free of these membranes and to not step into others, jumping from one to the other under a different fragrance, under a different mask. Know thyself, discernment. Thank you for being on this road with me, and yeah, we're all supporting each other to go back to our wholeness. And it's a beautiful journey to be on, and it's a bumpy journey to be on. And I invite you to keep moving forward and honor what you've done so far and really step into who you are. It's time. Thank you.